Influence. Influence measured. Heaven is watching to see how those occupying positions of influence fulfill their stewardship. The demands upon them as stewards are measured by the extent of their influence. In their treatment of their fellowmen, they should be as fathers, just, tender, true. They should be Christ-like in character, uniting with their brethren in the closest bonds of unity and fellowship. Gospel Workers, 495. Every word spoken in influence, the fear of God, the sense of His goodness, His holiness, will circulate through every institution. An atmosphere of love and peace will pervade every department. Every word spoken, every work performed, will have an influence that corresponds to the influence of heaven. Christ will abide in humanity, and humanity will abide in Christ. In all the work will appear not the character of finite men, but the character of the infinite God. The divine influence imparted by holy angels will impress the minds brought in contact with the workers, and from these workers a fragrant influence will go forth to those who choose to inhale it. The Review and Herald, April 28, 1903. The blessings of sympathetic words. Oh, what a power a converted man can exert to bring blessing and gladness to those around him. Those who bear responsibilities in God's institutions are to grow in grace and in a knowledge of divine things. Ever they are to remember that the talent of speech is entrusted to them by God for the help and blessing of others. It is left with them to decide whether they will speak words that will honor Christ, or words that will be a hindrance to those who hear. Oh, what a blessing are pleasant, sympathetic words, words that uplift and strengthen. When asked a question, one should not answer abruptly, but kindly. The heart of the one that is asking may be sorely grieved by a hidden sorrow that may not be told. This he may not know, therefore his words should always be kind and sympathetic. By a few well-chosen, converted man can exert to bring blessing and gladness to those around him. Responsible for those who follow their example, the leaders are responsible not only for their own unsanctified mistakes, but for the mistakes of those who follow their example. When reproved for bringing in wrong principles, they manifest a perverse spirit, a spirit that will not be corrected or humbled. Manuscript 139, 1903, p. 14, October 23, 1903, The Message in Revelation. Influence reflected in people. There is need of Nehemiahs in the church today, not men who can pray and preach only, but men whose prayers and sermons are braced with firm and eager purpose. The course pursued by this Hebrew patriot in the accomplishment of his plans is one that should still be adopted by ministers and leading men. When they have laid their plans, they should present them to the church in such a manner as to win their interest and cooperation. Let the people have a personal interest in its prosperity. The success attending Nehemiah's efforts shows what prayer, faith, and wise, energetic action will accomplish. Living faith will prompt to energetic action. The spirit manifested by the leader will be, to a great extent, reflected by the people. If the leaders professing to believe the solemn, important truths that are to test the world at this time, manifest no ardent zeal to prepare a people to stand in the day of God, we must expect the church to be careless, indolent, and pleasure-loving. Christian Service, 177.